I think it's crazy that we'll sit here and say that it takes a village to raise a child, but the minute that that child is failing in development, or is struggling in school, motherfuckers will sit there and act like they're not a part of that village and point the finger at everybody and not put accountability on themselves. It's one thing for a teacher to see kids passing notes and then they grab the note and then read it out loud to the class. But I have seen teachers chew out their entire classroom because the majority of them can't read, or the majority of them suck at math. Never once thinking about the kids who actually try. How do you think this makes them feel? And all the kids who are failing the class, you pointing out that they can't read and write, they don't give a fuck. Why would they? School is boring, and the majority of you teachers don't make learning interesting. Just because you know the information does not mean that you know how to teach. There's a difference between being a teacher and being an instructor. The teachers do everything in their fucking power to make sure that their students have a firm grasp on the curriculum. And I understand that that's difficult in this day and age with resources dwindling and teachers not getting paid worth shit. But most teachers act like instructors. Professors in college, they just give you the information, they give you X amount of time to deal with this shit on your own and figure it out on your own. And after basically being thrown to the wolves for a fucking month, they have the gall to be like, oh, why don't you get it? We've been over this for a month. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and you're not telling me anything. Some of you teachers give lectures like the guy from the goddamn Clear Eyes commercials. Some of you teachers out there only teach one way. One fucking way. You'll show us one thing one time, and then when we don't get it, you just repeat the fucking process. As if that's gonna help. And then when you get pointed out for your shitty ass teaching, you just pull rank. Send me to the goddamn principal's office because I'm telling the truth. Fuck you. And then the principal does nothing but gives you a tutor who's gonna teach you the same shit the same way that fuckhead showed you earlier. And let's be real for a second. Public school is nothing more than just an institution where you turn children into decent workers. Public school doesn't prepare you for the future. All it does is prepare you for the workload that you're going to have to endure when you become an adult. All I'm saying is that if we're going to talk about accountability, let's talk about everybody. If the kid isn't taking the initiative to learn outside of school, maybe it's the parents' fault. If you have a kid in your class that is constantly failing and you know he's going to be bumped up because he's the quarterback of your football team, maybe it's the coach's fault or the school's fault. But when it comes to being in that classroom, if after a full fucking lecture, these kids are not able to regurgitate the information that you just gave them, maybe you should look in a fucking mirror, teach. Maybe you should pay attention to what the fuck you're doing. You can't just say it takes a village to raise a child when you're a part of that village, and then when the child fucks up, say, oh, well, I'm not responsible at all. Are you serious?